Hey there Internet, Keith here, and welcome to the Cars Keith YouTube channel. And in this video, we're going over the Waterdrop Spotless Car Wash System. So this is basically just a DI resin filtration system meant to help with that spot-free rinse. It's going to help clean out any of your TDS or total dissolved solids. So this is about $350 regular, but it was $100 off. So I picked it up. It was about $250 for me. Now, right now, it's listed at $70 off. You hit the little check box right there on Amazon to get the $70 off. So it's in that $275, $280 range right now. Now, throughout the video, we're going to test this in stock form using just a garden hose. We're also going to test this with an upgrade, more like a CR Spotless style. We're going to use it up to the point that it's not effective anymore, and then we're going to cut one open to show you what it looks like on the inside. It does not restrict flow. I can run the same flow through the filters that I came through the top. Now, since I know it can handle full flow, it will be used in my pressure washer setup to save on my DI resin by using those carbon blocks. So this is a 1 micron carbon block that's really effective at reducing chlorine, 99% chlorine reduction. Then the second stage is also a carbon filter, but this is a chloramine reduction block and PFA reduction block. But the chloramine and chlorine really kill your resin life, and they don't stop them from getting through. So if you stop them before they get to the resin, in theory, we should be able to make our resin last longer. The CR Spotless 10-inch system is $389. These two filters were $12 a piece. So to fill those up, I picked up this. And no, this is not a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam.
What the hell are you talking about? Cops are coming. There's a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam under the car.
This is DI resin from Amazon, and this is the cheapest that I could find, and it looked really good. The reviews were really good on it. We're at like $70. So this right here with the $70 off, we're spending $350 for what the CR Spotless does for $390. Now the only real difference between what we were about to set up and the CR Spotless is it doesn't include this really nice. This is quality right here. And to buy this separate and put this together, I'm going to take this apart and show you this slip ring technology and this bypass right here. This is really nice. This is worth a lot of money. And you can get your own TDS meter. This is the exact TDS meter that CR Spotless uses. These are $25 on Amazon. All you have to do is figure out how to tap that into the supply line. I think they do a custom thing on their housing. But obviously, off of your system, you could use an adapter that has these 1/4-inch push connects, or you can buy your own TDS. So you just fill up a cup of water, dunk this in there, I'll tell you. Don't forget, there will be links below for anything that I use in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to testing. So before we can test, we have to adapt this to be able to work with a garden hose. So anytime you get a spotless water system, a DI resin filter, 99% of the time, these are going to be NPT threads. Now I love Blue Monster Teflon tape. I think this stuff is amazing. You see how I'm doing this? See how my Teflon wants to get longer and longer? That's really annoying. If you reverse that direction, your Teflon tape always stays nice and compact. We'll take our pipe thread, spin it that way. We got ours going this way. So on this side, on the incoming side, normally your hose at the end is going to be male threads because the female threads go on the spigot. So you have your female input on the inside. It's labeled very well in and out. This little switch up is off, straight across is bypass, and then straight down goes through the filter and out. Very nice design. Like I said, very quality stuff right here. And then on this side, I'm using the same female thread adapter because they didn't send me the right one on Amazon. They sent me a 1-inch wide one, which isn't going to work. So I had to take a 3/4-inch MPT adapter to female garden hose thread, and then I had to use a double male garden hose thread adapter to be able to turn this female into a male on this side. And now for the testing, we have this right here. This is a flow meter. So this is going to count how many gallons are flowing through, and it's also going to tell us the flow rate. Now most of these, the gallon count or the flow count can be off by 5 to 10%. So, but we're still going to be in that ballpark. I would just attach this to the end here. You can take this off easily just by these threads right here. As you see, this comes out. There's a series of double stacked washers on each of these sides. And this is really cool. It's like a, I don't know what you call it, like a slip ring. So it's like many O-rings across, and then you see it has some lubricant there, so that seals this way, and obviously on this side too. It's that way because this fully tight does not fit. You have to kind of pull it apart a little bit. So this allows some adjustment back and forth on, you know, how wide this is. You're just putting your hose out, your pressure washer on the ground. This on the ground is going to be very sturdy. This isn't going to fall over real easy. And you can just carry it around by the handle. So you can see I have the CR Spotless system that I use on my wall setup here. As you can see, it is the exact same thing, except these are the shorter filters. First test is, can this handle the water we need, and can it reduce the ppm? Now, I don't know how long that discount's gonna run. I don't know if it's a marketing ploy, because that's what a lot of Amazon products do. There we go. Not much, but then we get up. You can see the water flow is quite good. And that's fully filtered. Now what I'm going to use is my Gilmore garden hose sprayer. It's my favorite garden hose sprayer. You can only get this at Walmart. It's only like $16, I think, at Walmart. But it has a dial in the back that I can dial down the flow of the water. And then it has many different settings that I can put it on. And it's a click sprayer. So it's click on, run, click off, off. So they state 8 washes at 200 ppm. What does that even mean? Is it the final rinse, which most of the time is between 4 to 5 gallons of water? I mean, if you judge it at 5, that's only 40 gallons of water. So they say 1 GPM. We're gonna run this at what we want it to run at. 1 GPM, that's aquarium water filtration size. So we're at 2.9, it's a bit too much. So I'm gonna dial it back here. Get my water flow down to 2.0 gallons per minute. That's the minimum that we want to be able to run, if we want to run a pressure washer. This is the unfiltered. Normally my house, unfiltered, is between 45 and 60 ppm. I have 2 ppm meters, so we can make sure that we're reading good on both. We are running 52 on that one. And this one's reading 60, so they're a little off between the two, but I never expect any of them to ever be exactly the same. Now let's capture. And that's at exactly 2.0 gallons per minute. 0 ppm. Pretty cool. So it can hold at 2 gallons per minute. Now that may mean 0 ppm. Now that may mean that it's going to end up, you know, dying faster because of the pressure. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is 2.0 gallons per minute. That's on a steady flow. This is on a spray pattern. It's pretty decent. Now it's reduced to 1.0 GPM on a spray pattern. That's 1.0 GPM. Now that's water, right? But is that really enough to rinse a car off? Not in my opinion. And if you wanted to use it through a pressure washer, you couldn't. So I'm trying my hardest for you to be able to see the readouts. I don't think you can. This is reading 0, as you can see. This is running 1.9, 1.8 gallons per minute right now. That's going to fluctuate with the house, so there's not much I can do. 1.9 is fine. Just crossing 100 gallons. I hit the button, you can see we're still running 2.0 gallons per minute. Over 100 gallons. It's still showing zeros. Now, now some may be thinking, hey, the water's being pushed out the top. You're measuring, 3 inches down. Well, we'll take a scoop of water. And we're still at 0. Now, I just don't have the SD card space to keep this time lapse going, but we're at 100 gallons already. I'll let you know in the end what it is, and we'll move on to the upgraded filter. Well, that took longer than expected. I cut the time lapse at 100 gallons. It wound up doing like 300 gallons before it actually hit the 1 ppm mark. And then from that 300 to 400 gallons, it went from 1 to 10. Pretty quickly, that's the way it goes, but 10 is still considered spotless. Up to about a max of 20. So when you're at 10, it's time to order the resin. By the time it comes in, you'll probably be closer to that 20, because that 10 to 20 it drops off fast. But I was actually really impressed. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that apart and we're gonna put these filters in. We're gonna fill these up, and we're just gonna see if it goes to 0 ppm. I am not judging this because I'm about guaranteeing this is gonna last twice as long, and I feel like doing that. Just about every chart that I've seen that shows the difference between 50 ppm and 200 ppm is exactly a quarter of what it is. So if you're 200 gallons at 50 ppm, you're gonna be at 50 gallons at 200 ppm. That's the easiest thing that I could say how we can do this. So that way, at 400 gallons, we were at 10 ppm, it's still spotless. So we have 400 gallons of spotless water. You should expect to get about 100 gallons at 200 ppm. So what we're gonna do now is we use these right here, about $12.49 or 13 bucks on Amazon, link below. Open up, it's basically empty. Comes with your ring for the top. At the bottom, this is what's gonna sit in the bottom of the housing. The water is going to flow. So it's gonna sit in the housing like this, the water's gonna go down, it's gonna flow through the bottom. And it has to flow through all of the resin before it can reach the top, which has a filter in it that keeps the resin from getting out, and the water flows right through here, through the housing, through the other one, and doing the exact same to the second filter, and then out through your water supply. Now, since you got more surface area inside, there's a possibility that you could have a slightly more efficient filtration. You could get a little bit more out of it. That's just a theory. So we just cut our kilo bag of Colombian Bam Bam here. We're gonna try to do it to where we don't waste product. Now you gotta fill it up to the top, and then you gotta pack it down. What I do is I just take the filter that comes with it, and I just use that to compact that down. Wow, we still got a ton left. I'm gonna do with these. This time I'm gonna close this top. Oh yeah, that got a lot of room. Well, in reality, with what's left, feels like about a pound. They said it was 7.89 pounds was the package weight, and usually it's 3.5 pounds for each one of these, so we do have about a pound left, so that's about right. Now we can really cram this stuff in. Right there's a perfect fit. There we go. Wow. That's nice and packed tight. There we go. I did have to take a little bit out because it was a little bit too cramped for this filter to sit in there right, because if there's too much compression, then this doesn't lock down well. Man, that's perfect. Now we have both of these full. The two rings that came in there, we just pop them in. Just like that. This little thing right here, this Fantic vacuum cleaner, works really well for this. This is on the low setting, so you can even put it even higher. Let me know if you want me to review this. Their newest model that's coming out, I'm going to be reviewing that, but I asked for this one. It's been out for a while. A lot of people already did videos on it. But if not, I will do this in the same video with that one to kind of compare the two. But this thing's been working really well. So here are the filters that came in it. You can see they're different. Usually most of your DI resin is either a tank with just a bunch of resin in it, the water comes in and goes out, or a set of cartridges that does the same thing. This is different. This is hollow in the center, so the water is going through the filter media on the outside, working its way through to the middle channel, and then that's leaving and exiting. Let's cut this open. Had to get a slightly longer razor blade, but here it is. I mean, it's a sediment filter, actually double sediment filter. So you have a cloth filter on the outside, and you have one on the inside that has a spiral. And then you actually have your resin that's in the middle here. So I would say from a resin standpoint that it probably has slightly less than half of what the full CR Spotless would be. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen anybody do filters like this. Like I said, I'll have a link below if you do get this system, or you do have a 10-inch system, you can try these filters out. Let's go ahead and see if the bulk filter media does 0 ppm. All right, we're gonna run the water unfiltered first to fill up all the piping. All right, so that's full. Now we're gonna switch to filtered, and And we're going to run some water through it first, because this is the very first time. It's sitting at between 1.9 and 2.0 GPM. Now we're just going to let the water flow. We need to get through at least 5 or so gallons through these filters. The larger filters, such as the CR Spotless, I would go 10 gallons. All right, let's see what happens here. So with this unit right here, we can see 0 ppm. Let's get more, just to make sure. 0 ppm. Well, there you go. I hope I gave you tons of information to make your own informed decision. But this thing has exceeded every expectation that I had of it. I was expecting not so great, total gallons, but it actually did better than I expected. These filters, like I said, these are very good filters. I mean, like you have double sediment filtration, but these are not refillable. You have to buy new ones each time. They're $46. And the CR Spotless filters, the 10 inches you can get on Amazon that are already full, they're $90 for 2. For $75, you could refill them yourself with the Colombian Bam Bam. So even at the $339 that this thing is on Amazon as the retail price, I think it's worth it. Don't forget to check out the links below. Don't forget to check out the bloopers after this. Don't forget to check out carswithkey.com for anything you should have there. And the giveaway, I'm making some progress on that. The mobile cart that will be the giveaway. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. You can upgrade this. Guard hose going out one end. So throughout the video, we're going to show you the performance of this. So throughout the video, we're going to show you. Oh my gosh. Because that water can dry before you ever get to because that water's going to dry before you ever get to, because that water's going to dry before you ever get to that other side. Get it together. Now I've done some then the second, and don't forget anything, don't forget anything in the, oh my gosh. Now let's try to run filtered. That didn't work out too well.
From the neighbor. Check your basement. I think y'all have a water leak.
Who is that?
Daphne.
No, we don't have a water leak.
I know.
What did you tell her?
I'm about to tell her, no, he's doing a YouTube video.
Tell her I was testing the water output. That's funny. That's funny. I knew that was going to happen. But we're done now.